Hey guys, it's Ryan here, and today we're going to be starting in our RPG game a new mechanic. So let's get started. First, before we start this new mechanic, I just want to add something to two existing mechanics. In vector F and vector I. So in vector F, I want to add a public vector I to vector I'm just gonna call it to vector integer, or just to vector int. And so we're going to go in here and say return new vector I, but we're going to do, sorry, I just woke up. My voice sounds a little weird. We're gonna say int x equals this dot x dot, no, int this dot x, int y equals int this dot y, and we're just gonna take x and y. And the other method, I think we're just gonna copy that. We're gonna go into vector I and call it to vector float. And take float as the cast. Oh wait, yeah, since it's a vector F, we really don't need to take any new objects or variables, because when you pass in a vector I, or when you pass in a integer to a float value, it automatically converts to a float. So yeah. Sorry. So yeah, that's all we're gonna do. So I'm gonna close that. And for the new mechanic, I'm not sure if we should put it in a package called me.ryan.mechanics.level. And yes, it's a level. You probably know that from the video title. But I think we're just gonna put me.ryan.level. No, just LVL, not level. And the only thing we're gonna do is create a new class called level. It shouldn't be a long class, like with a lot of code, but first thing we're gonna do is create a private constructor called private level, and it's gonna take game state game and int width, int height, buffered image or img, and I'm pretty sure that would be enough. So we're just going to create variables for these private game state, game private, and width, height. And I'll see why this constructor is private in a second. Private buffered image IMG. So this, in this constructor, we're just going to say this.game equals game. This.width equals width. This.height equals height. This.img equals img. And the next method we're going to create is a static one. I'm just going to save this for a second. So public static void, or no, it takes public static level, or load level. It's going to take string LVL, or LVL path, or LVL image name. That's more appropriate because it's not the full path, it's just the image name. String LVL image name, and we're just going to take a game state game. This is going to take public, no, not public. It's going to take buffered image img, and it's not going to do anything, and it's just going to say img equals image io dot read new file level image name. And we're going to import that and surround with try catch. Put that comment. So yeah. So now what we're going to do is, or no, we didn't finish with this yet, because what we're going to do is we're going to add res slash plus, and then plus dot png, because it's not the full path, it's just the image name. And actually we're going to add a new folder, res slash level slash, because level is going to contain all our level images. And this is, oh sorry, my headphones unplugged. Sorry if you didn't hear that, I just said my headphones unplugged, but you might have heard that because I'm not using my headphone mic. So we're going to say, not public, or yes public, or no. I didn't know we weren't finished with load level. Okay, so we're going to have a folder called res. Well, we already do because we have our player image and our bush image and stuff. So we have res slash LVL res. Oh yeah, and I already have level 1. I'm going to delete that. Say res, new folder, level. Is it level or levels? Okay, it's just level. So now we're going to put all our level images in this. And I'm saying level images and image because you could load levels through, like, I heard that you can do it through XML files, and if you know how to do XML, you could learn how to do that off of some other guy's tutorial. But I'm not some other guy, just a plain old Java coder. and Swift coder sometimes. Okay, Aiden, that's nice. So, what we're gonna do, oh, and we also need an integer array. I forgot about this, I must be stupid, called px, which stands for pixels. Int, it's a double-sided integer array, which means we take 2 dimensions to get our value out of the integer array. So we take the x and the y, so that we can specify the x and the y instead of just specifying one specific value. And I'm sorry for like pushing up and pushing down my hard drive, or not my hard drive, my flash drive. It's a little pushy uppy thing. You can push up the disk and then push down the disk. I'm sorry. So let's say int px equal to new int image dot get width, or no, this is get height, and next on image dot get width. So now it's double-sided. Oh yeah, and we have to initialize it by saying buffered image equals nil, not nil. That's in Swift. Not null, it's null. Okay. So what we're gonna do after that, we're gonna have a double for loop. So that means having 2 for loops inside of each other. I'm not sure if that's the specific form, or that's the specific way to say it, but I say it that way. So we're gonna say for int I equals 0, or not int I, int y equals 0. So for each row, we're going to get all the columns, or for each y value, we're going to get all the x's. So we're going to say int y equals 0, y is less than px, oh wait, no, we can't do it like that, image dot get height, y plus plus. And then we're pretty much going to do the same exact thing for the x. Except we're going to change this to x, and x, and x, and we're going to change this to image.getWidth. So yeah. And then we're just going to say px equals image.get RGB and x and y, and put a semicolon. Or no, we're gonna say px, x, and y. I forgot about that. Okay, I must be stupid. So we're gonna just say return new level and game image.getWidth, image.getHeight, image, and px. So you might not see why it says load level, why I put a public static level load level instead of just using the constructor. And that's because we need so many parameters for this. Oh, I forgot to put this.px equals px. so that when we want to load a level, and if we were using this constructor, we'd have to type out all the parameters, and we might not have all of them. But with this thing, we only need to type in our game state and our level image name. And for the level image name, we don't even have it in this constructor, but this method converts it to an image. So yeah, that's cool. I don't care, Thomas Hall. So now let's actually get started on the actual physical methods, but they're not physical. So let's say public void load tiles. And this image is exactly what it sounds like. It loads the tiles for the game. So what it does is it loads, it loads all of the tiles from the image, and then it puts it on your screen. That's why we have that game state, so we can add the objects to the game state. So what we're going to do is we're going to say for int I equals, or int y equals 0, y is less than height, because we have that variable before we're doing image.get height. See, it's so much easier. That's why I have the height variable. And we're going to say y++. And now we're going to have the doubles, we have the double for loop. We're going to say in x equals 0, x is less than width, x++. So now we're going to call the px variable int px equals this.px, and we're going to take the x and the y. Simple as that. And now comes in the hard method. Pretty hard. So we are going to do private map object get, I don't know what to call this method. I think load object would be good, or find, or I'm just gonna do get object and do that and say px or int px in x, y, oh wait, we don't need this variable. I forgot, we need it in another variable in this method. Okay, I'm sorry guys. So we're gonna say int px equals this.px x, y, semicolon. And we're gonna convert this to a hex value. Oh, and we need a color. I forgot. Color C equals new color px. Sorry, I'm very forgetful. String hex equals string dot format. I kind of forget what the thing is, but I'm gonna see if you could do. It might be color.hex. Oh, okay. I think it's x02, 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 x. I think that's it. If it doesn't work, then I will go back and see what it is. Okay, guys, I'm back. And this is actually what we do. I think it's regex is %02 x %02 x %02 x. So I gotta remember that, and then we put c.getRed, c.getGreen, c.getBlue. And then we do switch hex, excuse me, and then we say, we say case 0FF00 or 00FF00. That is bright green. And now what we're gonna do is return new bush, because that's what a bush is called. Like, it's bright green, you know. And we're gonna say for a vector f, and we're gonna say new. We're gonna say vector f vf equals, I'm just gonna say v equals new vector f, or no, we're gonna make this a vector I, because these are integers. Vector I v equals new vector I x and y. And then we're just gonna say for the vector f v dot to vector float, and then let's test out a new method, see what it does. Okay, so, and then we're gonna say, what was it? I forget what it was. Just put a G there for a second. Oh, player P. And then we're gonna say game.getPlayer. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you I added that while you're away, because it's easier. And if you don't know how to do that, I also added public array list map object get objects, like this. And I also added, where's player, get player. And I also added public player get player. So that's what you do. And then after that switch, you just return null, because it's not an object that you can comprehend, that the machine can comprehend with the program, and it'll just be transparent. So that's how you get transparency in the map. Like if you wanted a floor, okay, or a hole in the floor. So you are gonna say map object mo, either mo or map object. I'm gonna just say obj equals get object x and y, not x and t, x and y. And we're gonna say if obj is not equal to null, then game dot get objects dot add obj. So that's all you're gonna do. So now we have image-based level loading. That's what I'm gonna call it. So we don't have to change anything except comment out objects.add, because we're not gonna use that right now. And we're just going to create a private void init LVL. And we're going to call this in the constructor at the end, init LVL, so that we initialize the level. Excuse me. Kind of tired because I just woke up like 5 minutes ago when I started this video, 5 minutes before that. So we're going to say level LVL equals level dot, oh yeah, we need to import me.ryan, or your package dot level, not java dot util dot logging dot level. So you're gonna import me.ryan dot level dot level, or whatever your package is. So you're gonna say level dot load level, and I'm just gonna call this level 1. And for game, this is a hard one. All you're gonna do is this. I'm just joking about it being a hard one. So you're gonna say level dot load tiles, and you're done. See, we made a good engine with it, and it should work. No, it shouldn't. I was just playing around with you. We need to make our level in Photoshop or whatever program you have. So I have Photoshop, and I'm just going to do that with the lasso. And this is my level so far. This color is 00FF00, and I am just going to color it all in with green. And use the paint tool, or the paint bucket. And we're just going to file, save as, LVL1.png, go into level, LVL1.png. Easy as that. Just click OK. And now, let's refresh. Okay, Dad. Refresh. In level, we should have level1.png. And I might have gotten the path wrong, but what are you gonna do? Oh, look, I didn't get the path wrong. But, see this, we got a problem. We don't have a level, we have a blob. How do we fix that blob? Well, you go into level, and for vector IV, we're gonna say, instead of X and Y, we just say X times, and in parentheses, 16 times program dot get scale. It's easy as that. Because our bushes are 16 pixels times the program scale. We have a scale because I will show you in a second why. But first, let's work this. And now we have a huge blob of bushes. We're like hiding in bushes. So our level works. Aren't you happy about that? You should be. So, let me show you what the scale does now. Unless I forgot to tell you in the first level, or the first episode, we've been talking so much about levels that, yeah. So, when we defined our game, we said the width was 320 and the height was 240. Let's make the scale 1. And look at this little tiny thing. I'm so small. But I run so fast because we forgot to add a scale to my running. So let's go into my player class, or your player class, and your player class. The animation ticks are 80. And let's go into our walk. Or no, I think it was in map object actually. What is 0.4 after divided by? Let's get, I'm stupid. 0.4 divided by 3 equals 0.13. 0.13 times program dot get scale. Pretty simple, right? So now, whenever we increase the scale, should hopefully run a bit slower. We should run at the same speed that we do in scale 2, or scale 3, or scale 4, or scale 5, which you probably don't want for anything. So I think I gotta go, because this episode is running a bit long. So I hope you had a good time, and goodbye.